Okay, this is me extremely happy 24 hours later after my trip to Navy Pier. I've already done a blog on this, so I'm not gonna rehash stuff too much, but I wanted to put together a video of my trip and stuff, and post it up on YouTube, so that's what I'm going to do. First of all, the trip up was funny. So funny. I went with my mom and her friend Marty, who is one of the most funny people I've ever met. And they absolutely love me, so she and her husband Jim, shout out. So we get up there and it takes us 3 hours, and we get up there after a cup of coffee, and it keeps clouding over, and by the time I get up there it's like 85 degrees. So we get up there and we can't find our way out. We parked in the parking garage and can't find our way out. So then Mom's like, let's just go outside. And so we walk a few blocks, and she sees the fans out by the barricade, and she's like, there's a big crowd right there, you go on ahead. And so that's what I do. And then I meet up with Jess and Becca, who have been waiting by the barricades since like 9:30 that morning. This is a video of me talking to the fans and Jess at the barricades. Okay, I am at Navy Pier waiting for Nick Jonas, and I'm up against the barricade right now, and I'm really excited. And we're going to see about me moving.
Hey! You're going to get to go over there.
Yeah, they're going to see about moving me, so talk to you later. Okay, so I just took a few short videos and was just chattering about how excited I was. Okay, I don't know if this thing is on or not, but I'm here. So they're going to move me, and this is going to be awesome, I really love it. So I went down there, and the security had everything blocked off. Okay, this is the big moment. I was actually fiddling with my camera when Nick came up to me. So in the picture that was actually in the paper yesterday afternoon, I'm holding my camera while he's talking to me because I'm trying to get it to work. And it was pretty crazy. Here's that picture from the Chicago Sun-Times. So Nick comes up to me, and he looks gorgeous, as you can probably tell from that picture. So he comes up to me, and he's like, his face like instantly brightens, and he's like, how are you? Nice to see you again. I'm like, whoa. And me, kind of doing my own thing, I'm like, do you remember the chair? Because I'm thinking, he's not going to remember who I am if he doesn't know my name. And so, and he's like, yes. And then I ask him, do you remember me? And he's like, I do. And then he's like, and then I ask him, do you still have the song I gave you, which I gave him last year at a meet and greet while going to the administration concert? And he's like, I do. And I'm like, whoa, he remembers who I am. So, and he looks so genuinely happy to see me. I couldn't believe it. Like, even before he had said anything to me, and we made eye contact, I think he knew who I was. And so that was pretty awesome. Here's the snag in this entire awesome story. My camera, as many fans will tell you, they often have camera malfunctions because they're not thinking clearly when they're using their cameras for Zoom or whatever. And so he asks me, do you want a picture? And I'm like, yes. And so I have nobody to take the picture. My camera's a pain in the butt to work. And so I have to explain to somebody how to work it every time I have somebody other than my mom or me use it, because I'm mostly the only one that uses it. So Big Rob is such a sweetheart. He really is. So he's like, I'll take it. So he took my camera, and I was showing him what button to push, and Nick and I were like pointing at the button at the same time, and it was like, right there, and Nick actually pointed to it, so he knew what I meant. But, which was pretty cool. So he tried to take the picture, and I think he actually got a picture, but I determined afterwards the camera was on Zoom, so it's just a big blur. So, no picture. No autograph, no nothing. He said they'd come back a second time, but they didn't come back. And like I said, Big Rob's a sweetheart. The boys calling him a teddy bear is just accurate. And he kind of, when I was freaking out over my camera, Nick's kind of hovering on my elbow on my other side, and Big Rob's just standing in front of me. And he's like, "Don't worry, we'll come back." And he kind of pats my knee, which was kind of just odd because nobody really does that to me, and it was just kind of like, okay. And then here's the other awesome part. When Nick and I, we were literally standing there with our arms around each other for about a minute. I tell people a minute because that's how I kind of interpreted it. And so we're just standing there, and I felt so awkward because I had no idea what to do with my arm. And I'm like, okay, what can I do? Should I put it around his shoulders, because he was kind of bent over. But he wasn't close enough that I could have comfortably put my arm around his shoulders. And so I just kind of put my arm around his waist. And when I tend to touch people like that, I tend to either like rub their back or play with the wrinkles in their clothing, which I have a force of habit because I always have to grab my mom's shirt when she picks me up, when she's taking me in and out of the car. So grabbing the wrinkles in people's clothing is kind of a habit for me. which I guess is kind of weird. So I'm sitting there for like a minute, kind of rubbing his back and playing with the wrinkle in his blazer. And I'm like, I feel so stupid doing this, but I'm touching him, so I can't complain. And, but, so, I'm like, but it was just great. And so he goes back down the barricade. He goes down and he comes back up and he takes a few more pictures with some younger fans that had a meet and greet like pose, and somebody takes their picture. And then he went and did some press, and it was so cute because he kept looking at us, like my corner where me and this other girl Marina were, and he kept the fans in that corner. He kept looking at us and waving at us and kind of smiling at us, and I swear he looked right at me at one point, kind of like how Big Rob had it, and I.
It's in the bag.
I wish I could have gotten this on video, because he just kind of looked at me real briefly and he kind of smiled, and I'm like, yay, day made. So, and then he didn't come back. He went back around the barricade, and then he was done. So that was that. Okay, this is the aftermath. So, my mom's friend Marty and my mom, they come up to the barricades, the crowd's thinning out and stuff like that. Security is breaking up, and I kind of give them the short version. They didn't get an autograph or a picture or anything. And so it's like, that's the short version. I say goodbye to Jess, because they had to catch a bus, a train, and a taxi home. And shut up, Starlight. And so they had to catch a ride home. And I'm like, and I get back and stuff is kind of winding down, and I'm like, I really gotta pee. I'm like, I held it for him. I'm fine. He's gone. Let's go. And I was also starving, so I went to the bathroom and I got lunch, which by now it was a little after 1, and so that was that. And it wasn't until I'm sitting there eating lunch, my mom points out to me that I'm horribly sunburned, as you can probably tell. And she's like, you should take a picture of your face and tweet him. And I did. So I have a picture up on Facebook and Twitter of my horribly sunburned face. And my back and my chest are also horribly sunburned. So, as a result, I am not wearing a bra today because every tight piece of clothing is irritating me. And so, all in all, pretty good day, despite being sunburned. I love you, Nick, and I'd do anything for you, but I got horribly sunburned doing it.